In the last couple of weeks, there have been several social media graphics posts representing the new formation of BRICS. These posts include countries that were invited to join the group but still haven't decided, others that decided not to join, others that are still pending, and even others that are members of the BRICS Bank but not of the group itself. This is something about BRICS expansion we need to address and clarify. We also want to explain which non-BRICS countries are going to attend the next summit in Rio. The truth is, most of these posts are creating massive confusion. They are mixing up completely different categories of engagement and making it impossible to understand what's actually happening. This brings us to our proud sponsor, Ground News. We use it constantly to deliver neutral coverage you can trust. Ground News gives you access to over 50,000 sources globally. It doesn't just report news, it maps media biases and compares coverage angles. Their tools help you spot bias using ratings from trusted organizations. You will discover reporting blind spots through their special blind spot feed. See how stories are framed across the entire spectrum of media voices. Over 2 million people use Ground News now. Is your chance to join them. Our viewers get 40% off their Vantage plan for just $5 a month for unlimited access to every feature. Those subscriptions help keep Ground News ad-free and therefore free of any bias that comes with paid advertising. Check the description, click on this QR code or go to ground.news/thinkbrics to get 40% off and support Ground News. BRICS expansion explained, new members, missed invites, and surprises. We'll clear up all this confusion once and for all. I'm going to show you exactly who's actually in, who surprisingly walked away, and which non-BRICS countries are heading to the Rio summit. By the end of this video, you will have complete clarity on the real BRICS structure, and you will understand why this expansion is way more strategic than those graphics suggest. Let's clear up the confusion first. Those viral graphics you have been seeing, most of them are mixing up three completely different things. There are BRICS full members, there are BRICS partners countries, and there are countries that join the new development bank but aren't even in BRICS at all. It's like saying someone's in your family because they bank at the same credit union. Related? Maybe. Same thing. Absolutely not. Let me break down what's actually happening with real numbers and real dates. BRICS started in 2009 with Brazil, Russia, India, and China. South Africa joined in 2010, making it 5 members for 14 years. Then everything changed in 2024. 4 new countries became full members: Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates. Indonesia joined as the 10th full member on January the 1st, 2025. That's it, 10 countries. Not 15, not 20 like some graphics suggest. These 10 countries control 46% of the world's population and 41% of global GDP. They have voting rights, decision-making power, and full access to all BRICS institutions. Here is where it gets interesting. BRICS created a whole new category in 2024 called partner states. 9 countries officially hold this status as of June 2025. Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. Partner countries can attend summits and participate in discussions, but they can't vote on official decisions. It's like being invited to the meeting but not getting a say in the final choice. It's brilliant strategy. BRICS expands its influence without diluting decision-making power among the core 10 members. Vietnam just became the newest partner in June 2025. Their foreign ministry confirmed Brazil granted them this status as part of Vietnam's strategy to diversify international relations. This is where those social media posts get really misleading. They show countries as potential members, when some already said absolutely not. Argentina was officially invited to become a full member in August 2023. President Javier Milei formally declined in January 2024. His exact words: he refused to ally with communists. Here is the irony: Brazil and China are Argentina's two biggest trading partners. Milei rejected his country's largest economic relationships for political ideology. Russia says the door remains open for Argentina, but imagine the domestic political cost of reversing that decision now. Saudi Arabia received a full membership invitation 18 months ago. They are still considering it. The world's largest oil exporter is playing both sides perfectly. Kazakhstan creates the most confusion. Multiple sources list them as a partner country since January 2025, but their president told Al Jazeera in May this year they are just observers and questioned BRICS efficiency. Which is it? Nobody seems to know for sure. Even the countries themselves send mixed messages. The new development bank is where things get even more confusing. Countries can join the NDB without being BRICS members at all. Algeria became a full NDB member in May 2025. They are not even BRICS partners yet, just observers. But they have full access to BRICS bank funding. Colombia started their NDB accession process in May 2025 and have already completed the process. They are not BRICS members or partners. They are not even attending as observers, but they are joining the bank and got invited to the Rio summit. Well, if this breakdown is helping clear things up for you, I would really appreciate quick like on this video. And honestly, if you have been as confused by those social media graphics as I was, share this with someone else who might need the real story. It genuinely helps people find accurate information instead of those misleading posts. Let's continue with Uzbekistan that got preliminary approval for NDB membership with potential $5 billion project portfolio. They are already BRICS partners. So this makes sense. Indonesia joined the NDB in March 2025, right after becoming a full BRICS member. The bank identified renewable energy and tech development as key cooperation areas. This separate NDB membership creates multiple pathways for engagement. Countries can access BRICS financial benefits without political alignment. The July 6-7 Rio summit will host several non-BRICS countries. This is where Brazil's regional strategy becomes clear. Mexico received an invitation. They are not BRICS members, partners, or even observers, but they are attending as guests. Colombia got invited after starting their NDB accession process. Again, no formal BRICS relationship, but they are coming to the summit. Uruguay and Chile also received invitations. Chilean President Gabriel Boric already confirmed his attendance. This creates a fourth category nobody talks about: summit guests. Countries with no formal BRICS relationship but strategic importance to the host nation. Brazil is using their 2025 chairmanship to expand BRICS influence in Latin America. Smart diplomatic move. Brazil's summit theme is strengthening global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. That's diplomatic speak for challenging Western dominance. The agenda focuses on 5 areas: global health, financial reform, climate change, artificial intelligence governance, and peace and security. The financial reform section is most important. BRICS wants to reduce US dollar dependence through local currencies and alternative payment systems. Brazil's pursuing active non-alignment. They refuse automatic alignment with either Washington or Beijing. This positions them as honest brokers in an increasingly divided world. The presence of Mexico, Colombia, Uruguay, and Chile signals BRICS expansion into America's traditional sphere of influence. These aren't random invitations. Why this complexity actually works? BRICS created a flexible engagement system that avoids forcing binary choices on countries. Full membership for core strategic partners, partner status for aligned but cautious nations, observer status for countries testing the waters, NDB membership for those wanting economic benefits without political commitment, summit invitations for regionally important countries regardless of formal status. This multi-tier approach lets countries maintain Western relationships while exploring Eastern alternatives. It's brilliant geopolitical strategy. The confusion in social media graphics reflects this intentional complexity. BRICS wants maximum flexibility in how countries engage. Those misleading graphics miss the bigger picture. BRICS success doesn't require massive membership growth. The current 10 full members control critical global resources: oil, gas, grains, minerals. Coordinated policies could reshape markets overnight. The partner system creates a broader influence network without diluting core decision making. 9 partners plus 10 members equals 19 aligned countries. The NDB provides practical alternatives to Western financial institutions. Countries gain negotiating leverage with the IMF and World Bank. Most importantly, BRICS offers credible alternatives without requiring countries to choose sides permanently. The next time you see those confusing BRICS graphics on social media, you will know exactly what's wrong with them. 10 full members, 9 partners, growing NDB membership, and strategic summit invitations create a complex but effective engagement system. The July Rio summit will test whether this expansion creates genuine cooperation or just diplomatic theater. But with nearly half the world's population and economy represented, BRICS has moved far beyond symbolic opposition to Western institutions. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching.